everybody? Hope y'all are doing awesome, and thanks for checking out this review on McFarlane's DC release, the Multiverse Batman, the Hellbat suit. So I've been seeing a few of these over at the local Walmart's, Targets, a few of the comic shops, and I did not want to go down the DC Batman rabbit hole because for a little bit I was really stuck on the 89 Toy Biz line, and that was a little stressful for me. I got rid of a lot of figures, but I just kept the original Batman there. As you can see, I've got the Mattel version of the DC Multiverse Joker here, and the 89 version Michael Keaton Tim Burton Batman on that side. And again, I did not want to get into it, but then the more I kept seeing this Hellbat suit, the more intrigued I was, the more interested I got. And granted, I didn't know too much about the Hellbat suit or that version and that storyline of Batman, but just because I got it now, I'm interested, so I'm going to look into it, research it, and check out the whole storyline. But from my knowledge and what I've picked up, this past couple of days, is that this suit was, of course, created by Bruce Wayne and the help of other Justice League members, including, yes, Lex Luthor, who, of course, I thought was an enemy of the Justice League, also pitched in helping develop the Bat suit. Or the Hellbat suit. So this gives Bruce Wayne extra power, extra force. It enhances his abilities to be able to take on forces and other enemies and shit like that that are just definitely stronger than him and other suits and other tactical suits that he has. So this is supposed to be like an ultimate suit, but it also drains his power since it's hooked up to his metabolism, so it makes him age faster and it weakens him a lot more the more he uses the suit. So apparently he used this suit to teleport over to Apocalypse so that he could kick Darkseid's ass, because they apparently stole Damian Wayne's body after he died. So thinking that he could come back to life at some point like that. And I never really got around to actually picking it up and checking it out, but like some Marvel Legends out there, you just pick up the case, you look at the figure, and you're like, damn, I want to open it. This looks awesome, but the feel of it, and the fact that it's a McFarlane toy, I am a fan of Todd McFarlane. I do love Spawn. I love Spawn since the 90s. I still have a whole little Spawn collection. So, alright, I'm excited. Let's get to it and start getting into the packaging. So, very awesome. I love the front face clear display here. It shows off the character, and there's not a whole lot of other spacing out there like some of these other, well, granted, he's got accessories, but some of the Marvel Legends and some of the G.I. Joe reviews that I had done recently, there's a lot of empty space behind the presentation up in front, especially behind some of these panels. You look into the casing and there's absolutely nothing, so it seems like a little waste of space, but I think this is a great showcasing for it. You've got the DC emblem here, the Multiverse, character named Batman. On front right side, you've got the Batman Hellbat suit, file name, DC Multiverse, McFarlane Toys. You got the brand right down there. Here you go. Here's McFarlane Toys. The other side, you got a little partial opening to showcase the figure. You got Batman, DC Multiverse. Again, you got McFarlane Toys down at the bottom. The back, you've got the little Hellbat suit poster. And I'm guessing a few other characters in this wave that I still haven't seen. I'm not going to lie, I have seen an original Batman. I have seen a Harley Quinn, but my attention really hasn't been to a lot of these figures, so I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly on the figures. Just the UPC down at the bottom, the warnings down here, up here at the top. You got another partial open sunroof, 22 moving points of articulation, and again, the McFarlane Toys brand. So alright, enough about the packaging, let's bust this baby open. Now, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to hold them off here in the mold. I took off the little security band that's right here, but like some of us, I don't know, maybe I'm just different. I'm sure a few other people share the same type of feeling that I do, but just that first pull of an arm or the leg, whatever process you use to take your legends or your figures out, you can already tell, holy crap, it is a badass figure. So right off the bat, you do not buy this for your kids. Do not buy this for your kids. This is strictly for posing, for decorative purposes, and for visual enjoyment and appreciation. Do not play with it. And behind his casing, he comes with his accessories. So let's take him out right here. So of course, here's one wing attachment, and wow, that's the wingspan's looking pretty awesome. There's one piece. Here's a second piece of the other wing. I'm not going to bust any of this stuff out yet, but as you can tell, there's a figure stand and there's a Batman suit Hellbat trading card, and it's the same one that we get. It's the same card, visual representation from the back of the packaging. So there you go. Alright, so let's go into the detail and paint apps of this figure right here. So first off, you've got several different shades of black. Let's start with the helmet. So the face mask helmet here, it is a like a shiny glossy black. It works really awesome. It looks like a good piece of armor. There is a gray, like a strap type back here behind the head. So that's a different color right there. And there's also another color beneath that. So it's got like a pewter, metal, steel, and then well, pewter, iron, metal, and then whatever alloy Batman would have used here, which is probably the same concept for the chest piece here. The bat symbol here is a mold, so that's awesome. The shoulder pads here are spiked and they feel sturdy. They swivel around, so that's cool. I bet it gives you room for the articulation, which we'll get into it a little bit. The red stripes are very clean. It's you really can't mess up a simple black and red figure, especially when you're outlined here. All you got to do is just trace it out. So I'm glad there's not a whole lot of bleeding or mispaints or runoffs, whatnot. Here's the back. The shiny armor right back here again. He's got the two peg holes for the wings, and you can tell they're hexagonal. He's got a belt here, but it's a belt that's connected all to his underpant or underwear piece, crotchal region. It's the pleats and the pants. It's an optical illusion, but the reds there differentiates. It's good protection. His leg armor here is a different color than the kneecap, and his shin guards here from his boots. So those are also, you know, you'd speculate that it's the same kind of material that this would be. Spikes on the gauntlets here. More iron here for the protection of the back of his hands. He's got some Monster Knight Dracula type Lord of the Rings Sauron kind of hand gloves there. But yeah, this Batman, the paint apps, the suit, it is freaking cool. It is so intriguing. This thing it caught my attention. And this is definitely very McFarlane appropriate, very Spanish. The suit looks very medievalish. It looks like a, you know, like a Dark Knight per se, you know. So it's a little weird having, you know, the advanced bat suit, but then you've got like these spikes and these, you know, steel type gauntlets there that make the suit look more medievalish, a little more you know, Middle Ages, you know. So it gives it sort of like a night feel. But of course, it's a Dark Knight, Hellbat, and again, it's very McFarlane appropriate, considering that his legacy of comics was based upon a character that was spawned out of hell. So going into his articulation, the head, of course, swivels side to side. It's a little stiff, but that's cool. I'd rather have him looking and staying rather than having heads that retract back on their own. He looks down about so, but he cannot look up, and he is on a very small and thin ball joint, as you can tell there. Let me get the light here a little better. There we go. Okay, well, it's a tiny little peg hole. You can just snaps right back on. Again, these shoulder pads, spiked shoulder pads, they move. His arms come out about so these do not get in the way. That is awesome. You can move them around, and they do come off. They got a little ball and socket right there, so you can adjust them. He does do a full rotation, but this Shoulder pad would prevent him, but there you go. You can see the full rotation. He's got the deltoid swivel on the arm. He's got a single jointed elbow, but granted, it's a long joint, so he does get a good, decent amount of range, even on both arms. So that's neat. And he's got wrist rotation, and he's got carpal swivel, side to side. Not so much, he doesn't have an up and down hinge. He's got upper body, torso swivel and contouring here. He's got, seems like a little tight waist here, but apparently it's also on a ball joint. Now his legs, here we go. He does a full Van Damme. Look at that. What Batsuit do you know does a full Van Damme? Holy shit. All these figures I've been reviewing lately do a full Van Damme. Wow. He does not have a thigh swivel, although it does turn out this way, but it'll cause his leg to kind of come out this way. He does kick out like so, but you would speculate or guess that anybody with a type of armor is limited in reach and articulation. The knee pads here, they kind of look like little bat knee pads with little raised ears there. It is a little weird that they stick out too much, like they might get in the way, but hey, that's knee protection is crucial and vital. So he does not have that thigh swivel, he does not have a boot swivel, but he's got double jointed knees, upper thigh or lower thigh and upper calf. He's got ankle motion up and down. It pivots just a little bit, or rocks side to side a little bit, and the balls of his feet, the balls of his toes does have that articulation there for those step back points. So super cool. Let's check him out with his wing accessories. So again, they're shaped out here not like circles, but they're rather hexagons, so that once you place them in, they are precisely articulated at a certain position. So every time you twist it, it locks in a certain space so that they stay even. Let's open this up, place it right in here. Awesome. That looked pretty even to you there. That looks pretty even to me. So of course, when you have this baby displayed, you're gonna have him displayed with those open wings right there. Man, that is sweet. That is awesome wings. Look at that. Man, that is so cool. So you can definitely articulate him in certain ways. You can close his wings if you'd like, but if you're gonna have this displayed, I don't see why we would have the wings closed. Definitely keep them open, but that's pretty cool. You don't get a whole lot of clearance when you try to close them up here. One or the other of the wing gets in the way, so you can't even really close them up. And even at that, that looks a little weird. Definitely gonna have him with his wingspan out. So this Batman here scales at about the 7.5 inch mark, maybe a little bit over the 7.5 inch because of the bat ears there. 7 5/8. Here he is scaling to the Christian Bale Batman from the Arkham Asylum 2-pack. He comes with a security Joker, and this Batman is standing right at 6 inches. Oh, that's a little surprising. That's shit. Like 6.5 inches with the peaks there. It doesn't seem like that tall of a figure. And there he is scaling next to Duke from the G.I. Joe Classified Series release, which I just finished doing a review on. And that's pretty crazy because this Batman just looks really short, and he measured out right at about the 6.5 inch mark, 6 inches. And then we got Duke here, who apparently looks much taller. But from the review yesterday, didn't seem like he was. Look at that. Okay, 6.5. Right at 6. Alright, that makes a little bit more sense. Man, these angles here kind of mess me. There he is, scaling next to the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Smart Hulk with the Infinity Gauntlet. So there's a little substantial height difference there, but still measures out pretty good. And what an epic battle that would be. Look at that. Scaling next to the Marvel 80 years 2-pack Juggernaut. Yeah, that'd be a fight to see. Hellbat suit Batman versus Juggernaut. Man, that looks awesome right there. And here's another one right next to the Marvel 80 years 2-pack Colossus that came with that Juggernaut. Now this looks like another awesome little crossover fight. Man. So they're about the same height, and they both have about the same substance. Very sturdy figures, very cool, but of course the articulation on Colossus is just much better and smoother. So I like to collect figures from storylines and cartoons and just series that I'm familiar with and that have really caught my attention and feel that I could relate to. But based on just this figure alone, it's definitely piqued my interest in the storyline here. And apparently you've got to read the Batman and Robin from 2014 after, when Damian Wayne is Batman. So because of this figure, yes, it has piqued my interest in this actual storyline. I'm not a huge DC fan. I'm more into Marvel, yeah, but yeah, this figure is really awesome. So upon review, upon checking it out, I was very happy with it, very satisfied with it, and I can't wait to find a spot for it in my display shelf with all the other little few Batman artifacts that I have, and that couple of other more things. And this is definitely a great add-on. So for, like I said, for any Batman fanatic or anybody that's just a fan of Batman and looking for a cool new piece, I definitely recommend this. It is definitely worth the buy. Thanks a lot, and until the next review.